the world. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Uh, Today I have a different topic. I don't have any PowerPoint presentation, but I have some bullet points to talk about. And I'm just trying to show how the technological things changed over the period of time. I'm going a little bit of in history and then going to the future, not in the future, but at least present, and how things changed over the period of time. And whenever things changed, how we as a humans react to the change. So it may be a little bit of boring, a little bit of exciting, but let's see what you feel about it. So technological evolution, how it happened over the period of time. So first thing in this world was invented as a wheel. There was no wheel first of all. Then when the wheel invented, people started making a horse riding equipment. Many people call it as a buggy. In these days, in modern cities, in big cities, you might have seen a horse riding buggy. There will be one or two horses, maybe four horses, and behind that there will be a decorated uh, some kind of a place for person to sit. It's like a rickshaw puller. Instead of rickshaw puller human, it's a horse. So the first revolution of the world was wheel. When wheel was developed, things have changed drastically. People started sitting. The kings used to sit in backside, and the horses used to pull, and they go faster without any physical uh, labor or anything like that. Number one. Then came the electricity or generator. Then things have changed drastically, and electricity was the power which was giving much more power to humans, because human labor is having limitation and people are going to be tired. But if you generate electricity and it can do a lot of work, where the people are not going to be tired. Number two. Then the biggest revolution in the world came when the industrial automation happened. When industrial automation happened in many of these companies, the mass manufacturing started, and people were panic. Everyone was talking about when this automation happens, it will be a disaster for humans, because instead of working 1,000 people in a company, only 10 people can manufacture things. For example, manufacturing mass number of tires, mass number of screws, mass number of any mechanical parts. Even today, the same mechanization you will see, you might have seen a lot of videos on YouTube. These days, you have a YouTube to see everything. So the bottles are, for example, water bottles or soda bottles or juice bottles, they all happen. Everything, there will be a assembly line, and all these things will be manufactured, and very few people are required. A lot of work will be done by the machines, and machine do faster. Machine do work 24 by 7. They don't do mistakes, and everything will be accurate, perfect, quality will be better. So that is the revolution came, and people were panic. This industrial revolution is going to snatch our jobs, snatch our work, and definitely it happened, and people were panic. Then the new revolution came, phones. So the communication world focus shifted from physical labor to communication. So in communication world, the phone was the first revolution, and people were really amazed to see how come a person sitting in a remote place can talk to other person with wire first of all. Then it came without wire, wireless communication. Then in our generation, at least in my generation, the phone internet came. There was no internet, and people were able to send a message, receive a message, do the video call. And in olden days, there was a Yahoo chart, Google chart. So people used to sit hours and hours. I remember my roommate was sitting till 2 a.m. and chatting with his friend in Texas. So that's another revolution. Then came the smartphone from Apple, and things have changed drastically. And people who used to do everything in the computer, now they are started doing in phone itself. That is the smartphone revolution. Nowadays, we are seeing a AI revolution, and people are talking about the LLM. People are talking about the Gen AI. Then people are talking about robotics. So these four things we'll come back and revisit. In computer evolution journey, this journey almost I have traveled through from around 95, 97 onwards. So the first machines which we have used were standalone machine. There will be a small computer sitting in a office or a shop or anywhere, and that computer has no connectivity to anything, and people are going to do some kind of a calculations, computations, saving their files, saving their work. And just imagine you have a doctor, and the doctor has office in two different cities, city A and city B. For example, within Hyderabad, if I talk about, a doctor has an office in Amirpet, and the doctor also has an office in Dilsuk Nagar. So there used to be two different computers, and the doctor is going to save the information about their his or her patients. One computer in Amirpet and one computer in Dilsuk Nagar, and there is no connectivity between those two computers. And in those two computers, the data is saved. And if a patient comes from Dilsuk Nagar office to Amirpet office, there will be a duplicate record, same record in two different places. That is the first generation of computer usage. Then that became a little bit of cumbersome, and doctor is trying to fetch the information about the same patient from this Nagar office. It is not possible. Otherwise, he has to copy everything into a floppy drive or CD drive or some removable media and bring that information to Amirpet office and copy here, then copy everything from Amirpet to this one. It was a cumbersome process. Then the next revolution within the computers was the client server systems. In client server systems, what happened is there will be one server and there are two clients. One office in Dilsugnagar is a client, and one office in Amirpet is a client. And these two clients are saving the information into one common server. When that one common server is saving the information, there is no duplication, and doctor don't have to copy that information from Dilsuk Nagar office and get into Amirpet office or Amirpet to Dilsuk Nagar. No matter where the doctor is seeing the patient, there is only one record, one copy, and that copy is common between his two offices. That was a revolution. It was a big thing in the computer industry. Then after that came a dot-com boom. That was around 99, 2000, 2001. In those 3 years, 3 years, there was a huge revolution. And almost every company, at least in US, they were trying to build their own website. Then the question came, okay, you are building a website. What is the use of it? Then they said, we are going to sell something online. So Amazon.com was the first online website which was successful. There were so many other, but they were not successful. But Amazon was successful in 2000, 2001, 2002, maybe 2005. It became really popular and really common. A lot of people started buying things, and there were many other websites. They were also partially successful, but Amazon was a big revolution in those days. So e-commerce was the next revolution. Then again, the same question came, oh, what the humans will do? As I said, when the assembly line mass production started, people were panic and they said, what humans will do? Now, if everything is online, People are going to buy everything online, and literally I have seen with my own eyes the big shops, the very popular shops got closed. We used to have like four or five different shops which were having a branch almost in every city. Those all branches, those all buildings closed, and people were laid off because of the online shopping. Everyone was buying online, and no one was available, no one was willing to go and buy in the shops, and maintaining those shops, their rent, their employee salaries, everything was a burden, and they closed those shops. It was a revolution, big revolution. Once this revolution happened, for example, you have online shopping, for example, Flipkart. You have a Flipkart, otherwise we have Amazon, and we have many other online shoppings, and they want to talk to each other. First they started as their own shop, but they want to talk to each other. For example, if I go to physical world, I have a check deposited in ICICI Bank, and the check belongs to HDFC Bank. Or here in US, say Bank of America check, I am depositing in Wells Fargo Bank, or Wells Fargo Bank check, I am depositing in Capital One Bank. And there has to be interoperability. So that is the next revolution. The next revolution is these all companies have to talk to each other. That's how the business works. They are all competitors to each other, but they have to talk to each other. Then the technology was not supporting. So almost every company was trying to come up with their own solution. In olden days, there used to be a solution called CORBA, Common Object uh, Remote Broker Architecture. So in that architecture, the idea was no matter in which language your application is developed, that application is able to communicate with other application written by in another language. That was just a concept, and that concept did not fly well. For some reason it did not go. Then after that, people were just trying to go through something or other, and within the company also, the companies have grown big, and within the company there were departments, and they want to have a seamless structure and reusability. Then the revolution came for SOA, service oriented architecture. So they want to build the applications faster. They want to have a uh, architecture which can easily be changed and can be operated with less efforts. So the new concept came, it's called SOA, service oriented architecture. They want to build a common service, and that common service can be enhanced and reused for different purposes. In the same lines, the SaaS came, service as software as service. In software as service, the concept was a company is going to develop a software, and they are going to rent that service to other companies. So, for example, I have a payroll service and I want to give that payroll service to other companies. They don't have to develop their own payroll service, they can use the payroll service developed by me. And we all know almost every company is requiring a payroll system. They have to generate the payroll, they have to deposit the salaries of the people. So that is the simple example where software as a service means you are going to develop one software and everyone is going to use it, and they are going to rent it actually. They are not going to buy it, they are going to rent it. If you use it, you pay. If you don't use it, you don't pay. I- The next revolution was the cloud. So almost we are using cloud every day. So for example, in your home, you have a camera, and that camera is installed at your home, and you are watching that camera video in your phone. No matter whether you are in Saudi, Dubai, US, or wherever you are, your camera is installed in X country, for example, India, and here I am sitting in US. I can see from that camera using what? Cloud. So that images, whatever was taken in that camera, are real time. Every image, every video will be saved in the cloud, And sitting in US, I'm able to see because that all information is saved in a common location, and that common location is available to the users. Then in industry came the DevOps along with cloud. So that was a big revolution, and many things have changed. How the software industry operates, that changed. Now in 2024-25, we are talking about cloud, not the cloud, AI, artificial intelligence. So this is a new revolution in the technological world. In that same thing, people are going to talk about a Gen AI, generative AI, agentic AI, and robotics. So we are all humans, and we all have a security concerns. One security concern is my data has to be safeguarded, my property has to be safeguarded, my bank account has to be safeguarded, and my photos, my images, my videos have to be private. But at the same time, I want to share this information with my own near and dear. For example, you have a giant bank account, and two people want to operate that bank account. So there is a sharing mechanism between two individuals, but everyone else in the whole world is not supposed to see, not supposed to access, not supposed to do anything. If there is a company has a treasurer or a finance department, and company has accountant, company has like 5 or 10 different users, they can operate on a bank account, not everyone else. And the second level is you are going to have some kind of a common information between 5 different people. For example, Google Sheets or a Google Doc. That Google Doc can be viewed, edited by bunch of people, maybe 100 people, 50 people. uh, for example, the company has like a 10 board of directors. Only those 10 board of directors can edit that Google Sheet. Rest of the people cannot edit. But in that same company, there may be 50 managers. They can view that Google Sheet, but they cannot edit. So all these things are evolving over the period of time, and it is making things complicated over the period of time. And whenever things become complicated, there will be more jobs. So the people who are trying to look for a job, who is trying to get into a new industry, they have to understand what is the requirement and why things are changing, and what is the significance of that change, and how it is going to impact the future job market or financial market or a business. If we understand that much, we are going to be the winners. If we don't understand those things, then we are going to be the losers. If I go back to again history, we used to have a phone called Nokia phone, and today no one is using it because that company did not upgrade themselves, and they lost the market. If I go back to the same history, there used to be a company called Kodak. They used to manufacture the camera phone, the camera, just a camera, and they used to develop the papers to print the photos, photo paper, and photo printer. So that was a huge company, and the huge company collapsed because they did not catch up with the market. They did not catch up with the technology. So we as a humans, if we don't catch up with the technology, no matter what, we are going to be the losers. So that's why we have to be really careful about the future. What is coming in next generation? These days, almost everyone is talking about a artificial intelligence. Everyone is talking about the large language models, LLM. Everyone is talking about the generative AI and agentic AI and robotics. So how these things are going to affect our life? If we are in the technological world, how these things are going to impact us? And what is the driving force behind these things? That is what we have to understand. so that we are well prepared for our own future, for our own betterment, right? So go back to the same thing, AI, LLM. So, what is artificial intelligence? First of all, artificial intelligence is nothing but a piece of software which uses the human intelligence. We are all humans, we are all the intelligent creation on the face of this earth. We want to control everything. First, we wanted to control the animals, then, we wanted to control the machines. Now, we are trying to control the communication, we are trying to control the data, we are trying to control the companies, we are trying to control the humans. So, that is the race right now. So, the artificial intelligence is a collection of all the human intelligence. So, we have some poets, they have written some poetry, and these softwares are trying to understand the human intelligence of those all poets. And in next 5-10 years, maybe next 1 year, you might be able to see computer writing a poetry. So that will be a amazing thing if we imagine, because it's a human intelligence and the computers are trying to mimic humans and trying to come up with something new using a artificial intelligence. Another example is we as a humans can make some cartoons. We have our thought process and we can come up with a cartoon on any subject. It can be politics, it can be comic books, it can be something. It's a human ability to create the cartoons out of nothing. You have your imagination, and that imagination is driving force, and you are creating the cartoons. When it comes to artificial intelligence, these cartoons can be created by a machine, which is a computer, and all the humans who are all the cartoonists, their intelligence will be embedded into a software system, and that software system is going to generate the cartoons within no time. We want to have everything quickly. That is a human nature, right? So we are going to give the inputs to the machine. We'll tell that, oh, I want to have a cartoon with these features. For example, I want to have a tree there, I want to have a lake there, I want to have a boat there, and I want to have this kind of a cartoon. For example, Hyderabad is flooded with rain water, and we want to make a cartoon out of it. People are going in a boat, and the policeman standing at the signal is asking for a boat license. Humorous cartoon. It's an idea. And instead of you sitting, taking pen and paper and coming up with ideas and wasting 20 papers, you just tell the computer it is going to generate. And if you don't like it, you will tell the computer, no, not this one, just make these changes. So you can give the instructions, you can give the statements, and those statements will be obediently followed by the computer. That is what the artificial intelligence is. For another example in the software industry is, I have an idea to write the software program. For example, in present days or olden days, the programmers are going for an interview, and the interviewer asks them, can you write a program to generate 50 primitive numbers? Can you generate a program to generate 50 odd numbers? Sort these 50 numbers in order. So they used to write a program, and it was a cumbersome process and it takes time. People have to use their brain to come up with a logic. And that same program can be today generated using these artificial intelligence tools available. You can say Gen AI. See, this Gen AI or generative AI, it is generating the software programs by taking the instructions from human. It is generating a resume, it is generating a cartoon, it's generating a video, it is generating a PowerPoint presentation. That's why the industry is calling them as a generative AI or Gen AI. So that is the generation we are moving into. That is the evolution right now happening. And if we are smart enough, we have to understand where that industry is going towards. So today's topic is in technological trends. So the technological trend right now is using a computer applications to make things faster, make things efficient, make things easier for technological people, not for a general person. If I go back to the history 25 years ago or 500 years ago, the idea was to make things easier for anyone and everyone. This artificial intelligence is trying to make things for the people who are already tech savvy people. They are already technologically advanced people. And for them, we are trying to make things faster and easier because the world is demanding so much, and the need is to make things faster, make things efficient, and generate things which are not there, oh, and use the human intelligence right now. So in future it may be going faster than human intelligence, but right now it is at the human intelligence level. It is trying to copy the human intelligence and make the things faster, quicker, and the agentic AI. What is agentic AI? These days, almost everyone is talking about agentic AI. Agentic AI is similar to SaaS, software as service. That is the reason I went to history before coming to these things. I wanted to give a correlation between what happened 15, 20 years ago and what is happening today. So, agentic AI is the companies are trying to develop an agent. So, in olden days, it was a payroll software, and I am developing the software and I am renting that software to other companies. And the company which is trying to generate the payroll, they are going to rent my software and they are going to generate the payroll by using the software rented by me. I'm the one giving the software, and you are going to be, it's a pay per use. Now the agentic AI is the same thing. The company is going to generate a artificial intelligence agent, and that agent is going to do the specific task. For example, in almost every company, people have to make some images. In every company, people have to make some PowerPoint presentations. So instead of they making those images, instead of they making those PowerPoint presentations, they are going to hire a AI agent, and that AI agent is developed by a company, and that company is going to rent the software, and that software is a agent. That agent is going to do the work. For example, in my home, I have to cut the tree. So I'm going to buy a mechanized saw machine to cut the tree, because I'm not going to cut the tree every day. I'm going to cut the tree maybe once in 10 years, once in 15 years. I don't have to buy that expensive machine and keep it in my home. So what I'm going to do, I'll go to the shop and I'm going to rent that machine to cut the tree. And once I cut the tree, I'm done. I don't have to keep it in my home for that one particular use, pay per use. I'm going to pay, for example, $100, maybe 1,000 rupees, and I'm done. That machine costs, for example, $5,000 or maybe 50,000 rupees. I don't have to buy that machine and pay per use. I'm going to bring it, use it, then return it. So agentic AI is a agent, a software agent developed for specific purpose. Again, I'm going back to the same payroll example, for example. So it is going to do all the payroll calculations, complex payroll calculations, and it is going to generate the payroll for me, and I'm going to use that, and I'm done. So it's a agentic AI is exactly similar to software as a service. So there will be a agent, artificial intelligence agent, and that agent is going to do a specific task, specific work for the company, for the technological people, for the tech savvy people, for company executives, or software engineers, or network engineers. and you're done with it. If I want to go into cybersecurity, for example, some big incident happened in a company and they don't know why that incident happened. They want to have some investigation. So there will be investigation agent, and you hire that agent. It's a software. You hire that agent, and that software is going to deployed in your company, and they are going to do thorough analysis of all your systems, all your networks, all your practices, best practices, all your procedures, all your audit, and it is going to tell you where that flaw was and why the cyber security incident happened in the company. Uh, Recently, I attended one conference, the technological conference, and the presenters were from different industries, and one of the presenter was from the robotics world. So he was telling the next revolution, next industrial revolution or technological revolution will be robotics. People might be feeling what I'm talking about because robotics is already there, but robotics is not so common nowadays. It is going to become common in future. How it is going to become common, he gave very nice example. In your home, you are trying to improve one corner of the home. For example, you are trying to renovate your bathroom and you need new tiles. The old tiles are all either broken or something went wrong. So what you will do is you will bring a labor, and that labor is going to break the old tiles and remove. You are going to hire a robot, and that robot comes to your home and it is going to install new tiles in a nice fashion. It is going to do the job quickly, and the accuracy of the robot is far much better than a human, because in when human is doing the tiles layout, some tiles may have a bigger gap, some tiles may have a smaller gap, and some tiles may be little bulgy coming out of it, and somewhere you might see some water standing, stagnant water. We don't want to see these kind of a inaccuracy or imperfection. Then what you will do, you are going to develop a robot, and that robot is going to do the work like agentic AI. You are going to use pay per use. You are going to hire the agent, hire that robot. It comes to your home, it is going to lay out all your tiles, and you are done with it. The owner of that robot is going to go back and take it. So you can imagine many more things in our daily life where we need some machine to help us, and that machine will be a robot. If you remember, we had a coronavirus or COVID-19, and Chinese companies, they have developed a robot because humans are vulnerable. If a human goes to a COVID patient, and that human might catch that virus. So to stop spreading that virus, they have developed a robot, and that robot goes to each patient and give the medicine, give the food, because there was no cure. The coronavirus was not having any cure. Only thing is they have to keep the patient in a nice place, isolated place, and they give the oxygen to the patient, and no medicine was available to cure the coronavirus. So what they need is on time oxygen, on time check the blood pressure, on time give the food, on time give the liquids, give the fluids. That's it. To do these things, they have developed a robot, and the robot was doing the things. So going forward, we might see lot more robots, and you might see a lot of drones. There may be a drone which is coming to your home and delivering a food, delivering a pizza, delivering a screws, nuts, bolts. So that is a new revolution, new technological revolution we might see next. So these are the things I'm expecting. Shoaib, you want to add something? Remember, it's a panel discussion today.
Uh, yeah, Fasibai, I think you have covered all very thing. Um, means any point you have for me actually, means you want me to focus.
No, did I miss anything which you might be seeing? Because we all have our own blind spots. What I am seeing, maybe you are not seeing, maybe something which you are seeing, but I am not seeing in terms of technology trends.
Yeah, actually, this slide actually this AI, LLM, Gen AI. I see these are becoming very common nowadays, and in industry also, companies are finding use cases around that, and they want to build some agentic AI for their own specific use case. And data privacy is one thing actually, because company don't want to expose their data to any AI like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, or Grok 3 or any of the leading LLM. They want to build their own LLM actually, large level data model. So I would say that this is a very big field and very like a lot of opportunities are there in this field. Even a lot of AI and ML engineers are needed because company want to develop something their own. And yes, use cases also would grow eventually. It is not that everything will get replaced with the AI. Existing software and the way company work, that also eventually will go accordingly. But with this tool, I would say the efficiency and the automation and the productivity will improve. And for us, it is important that we use and try all these chat gpt, other llm, how to generate the image, because lot of thing can be done through this actually. And if you don't know this actually, lot of repetitive job which is needed. I see actually, I use chat gpt a lot actually. It can do lot of good content writing and related to content, news, blog, lot of thing it can does actually. Even you can create your own GPT model also. So there are huge possibilities are there. And although the automation will come, but the people who won't adopt and enhance their skill set in this space, they will be finding it difficult actually. Because I see company will find productivity through this software. And if the people don't know, maybe if four people is required in the team, maybe three will be required and one as a agentic AI through this like AI intelligence software, that will be like one of the like teammate, I would say, within the team. But yes, it won't be completely automated. Something to verify, because machine can still generate mistakes actually. Gen AI also can generate mistakes. So we would need subject matter experts more, who would be sitting around and validate the work. And then yeah, I think these are the thing around Gen AI and this LLM. And I think about, you will be surprised actually the number of LLM and the models are there, and the speed with which these software are growing actually. And it is like very astonishing actually. It's a very exciting world, I would say. At the same time, little bit scary also. So these are the points I would add. Thank you, Fasibai.
All right, we can stop recording and any question answers.
Yes, yes. I'm just stop recording this.